Okay, good morning and welcome to day 2 of our reflections lessons. If you're in my class, we are on the second page of our note packet today, and we are going to start in the middle of that second page. Look for where it says example 3, what is the rule that best describes the reflection that maps triangle KPR onto triangle K prime P prime R prime? Okay, so yesterday, just to quickly go over, we learned that in order to reflect a figure over a line, we had to identify that line of reflection, and then we had to flip that over that line, okay? And so, like, if A right here was 1 to the right of our line of reflection, then A prime would be 1 to the left of the line of reflection. Today we are going to do a quick lesson on how to write the rule if the reflection has already been performed. So in this case, some helpful sayings for figuring this out is that y lies on its side and x stands like T-Rex. So maybe take a pause and go ahead and write those in. But the rule, when we see that word, what we're really trying to do is describe how this happened right here. So here's a picture of, it looks like KPR would be our original, and then you can see that it has been flipped over, but it overlaps to make K prime, P prime, R prime. All right, so since that we can see that it's been flipped over, when we write our rule, the first thing we need to state is that it is a reflection. And we know that because we can clearly see it's been flipped. And then we need to say what line is it reflecting over. So we're going to say a reflection over, and then we have to decide what line it is. So my advice to you is it's very easy to see that the middle of this line is right here. Okay, and so that's the very middle, and it would reflect over. Now, the harder part is deciding what is the name of that line. So you always start in the middle. So here's the middle. That would be spot 0, 0. So if we're going to count backwards, 1, 2, 3, that would be -3 is our number. Now, the question is that x equal -3, or is it y equal -3? Well, the technical way to do that is to realize you're using the x line to count here, so it's going to be x equal -3. The helpful sayings here is that y lies on its side. Well, this line is not lying on its side. X stands like T-Rex. This line is vertical, it's standing like a T-Rex, so our answer would be x equal -3. So the rule is this. This was a reflection, because it's flipped, over the line x equal -3. And so that's our answer. All right, so that's all for the note packet today. So we can put that aside. If you're in my class, we're going to work on the reflections number 2 worksheet today, and I'm going to get you started just on a couple of these so that you're not confused. So 1 and 2 you'll do on your own. I want to focus on specifically 3 and 4 really quick. So number 3, we're going to perform the reflection across y equal -x. So yesterday we talked about this in class, that y equal x is going to be a diagonal line, and that diagonal line is going to go positively through the origin from corner to corner. Well, y equal -x is also going to be diagonal, but because it's negative, it is going to travel down through the origin. So if you have a ruler, go ahead and use it, but if you don't, use the side of your folder or something that you can use a straight edge. Line up the origin with the diagonal line here, and go ahead and make yourself your reflection line. Okay, so there's our line of reflection. Now we need to reflect this guy over, and you want to count your diagonals this time. So if I start with A, here's my reflection line. It is 1 diagonal from the reflection line. So I'm going to go the other direction. I'm going to go below it, and I'm going to label this A prime. It's 1 diagonal away. Okay? The next one is J. J is only half of a diagonal away here, so I'm going to do half of a diagonal underneath and label that J prime. T is 1 full and a half away, so I'm going to make that 1 full and a half away, labeling it T prime. And finally, S, if I count from here, it's 1, 2, 3 diagonals away, so I'm going to go the other direction, 1, 2, 3 diagonals away, and I will label this S prime. And then you want to make sure that you connect them. So in this one, A is connected to J, so you want to make sure A prime is connected to J. And then J connects to T, so J prime connects to T. T connects to S. And finally, S connects back to A. And it should appear as though if you folded on our purple reflection line, you would land one on top of the other. Great. Okay, so that should help you with that one. Just pointing out that number 6 is a reflection across y equal positive x, so don't forget that will be a diagonal line going the positive direction. All right, real quick though, number 4 says reflection across y equal -1. So we're going to use our y-axis. We're going to find 0, 0. We're going to find -1 on the y-axis, which is right here. -1 is down 1. And we're going to remember that y lies on its side. So we need to make this go side to side. And our reflection line this time goes directly through the figure. What that means is that this is going to overlap, and that's okay. So I'm going to start with B. B is originally 2 below my reflection line. So to reflect it, I am going to move B prime so that it is 2 above the reflection line. So 1, 2. This right here, even though it's overlapping, this is where B prime would be. All right, so now let's move over to L. L is 1 below my reflection line, so I'm going to move it so that L prime is 1 above my reflection line. And now I'm going to move up to the top. I'm going to move to W. W is 1, 2, 3, 4 above my reflection line. So now I'm going to move it 1, 2, 3, 4 below my reflection line and label it W prime. And finally, I right here is 1, 2, 3 above my reflection line. So I will move it 1, 2, 3 below my reflection line. And then I have all of my dots put in. And then again, I want to reconnect it. And so I want to connect it according to how they were originally connected. So B prime should connect with I prime, which then connects with W prime, which then connects with L prime, and finally connects back to B prime. And so it overlaps, but you can see that it is in fact a reflection of each other. It just overlaps. Okay, that should help you with this front side. Now, quickly, I would like to help you with a couple of them on the back side. Let's focus on number 8 and number 9. So maybe we can do 7, 8, and 9. So number 7, let's start there. My advice to you is to find the reflection line right away and then identify where it's going to go. So this I can look at this and go, oh, this right here, by looking at it, should be my reflection line. So go ahead and draw that in. I know that because that's where its line of symmetry is. It's the same on the top as the bottom if I draw the line right there. Now, we know since it's flipped, it would be a reflection. So we have to write that word. And we say over, and then we tell the line, over the line. And in this case, y lies on its side. And so this one's lying on its side. We know it's going to be y equals. Also, you use the y-axis then. So this is the point 0, and on the y-axis, this is positive 1, 2. So this would be a reflection over the line y equal 2. Okay, number 8. This one, it looks like a reflection. It flips, so we know it is a reflection again. Except for this line is a diagonal line. So in this case, we can draw it in, and these are the ones that kind of go against our y lies on its side and x stands like T-Rex. But we know that there's only a couple of special ones. So if we flip back to the front, remember the diagonal line going this direction was y equal negative x. What do you think the diagonal line going the other way would be? Well, that's going to be, oh no, that is going the same direction, excuse me. It's going negative, so it's the reflection over the line y equal negative x. And so that should help you there. Finally, going over number 9, the only reason I want to go over this one, it's not overlapping. So you can tell that this is a reflection, right? Here's our original. It's reflecting this way. So we write the word reflection. And over, now you got to make sure you draw the line in and it's clear that this is 1 away from the middle line here. And so we know our rules of y lies on its side or x stands like T-Rex. So there are 2 answers here. This is a reflection, y lies on its side, and this point on the y would be y equals 0, or we can name that. There's another name for this line right here. This line is called the x-axis. So either one of those is a correct answer for number 9. Okay, hopefully you found that helpful, and you can use this to complete your assignment. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Have a great day.